what up? It's your boy M City.
It's your girl Tiffany V.
And I'm her one.
His only.
And welcome to our podcast. We in the building. We doing what we do. You already know the vibe. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
Alright, so tonight's topic. I always say today when it's at night.
I know, because we're just like,
I'm always, I think,
place.
even at night is day to me, and I guess day is night. But
you
anyway.
just sleep. You don't sleep.
Yeah, my sleep pattern is off. But today's topic, we talking about relationships versus marriage. Committed relationships,
There you go, say committed relationships
versus marriage, because marriage is a relationship.
Yes, of some sort.
So, now, what is the difference, Tiffany V, or is a committed relationship just as important as a marriage?
I guess it can be, depending on the person. Because I know there's some people that will not take a relationship serious, unless they consider it like unless it's marriage, they'll play like the whole time. Because it's like, unless you make that commitment to each other and it's set on paper, it's set in stone, like I'm like, all right, I'm single until I'm married type thing. Like I know plenty of people who think like that. So it depends on the person. Because I think in a relationship, there's no real tie. You could just walk away, no strings attached type thing, unless you have kids, of course, and then maybe the house together and things like that. But marriage is a whole different level. Like, so, I don't know.
What is your personal take? Do you feel? I understand you gave us the POV on a general.
Do I feel like a committed relationship is as important as marriage?
Yes.
There's levels. They're both important, but there's definitely levels. Like, I feel like a marriage is top tier, like, in a relationship. A committed relationship, like, is super serious. It's, all of that stuff, but marriage it's a whole different ballgame. So, no, I don't think you can compare it to. Like, they're similar, but it's like, it's just making that commitment means something, like, to some people, to me. Like, so I don't know.
So it's not just as important as a marriage.
There's levels. They're both important, but no, I feel like marriage is a different type of commitment.
Okay.
Like, okay. It's set in for life. I'm told you I'm not going nowhere. I'm
you
good.
Like, in?
Yeah, that's it. Ain't no going back. You're stuck with me, type thing. So yeah.
My opinion on that is, I think that they are both very much so similar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially these days, right?
I can't.
You can't tell the difference.
Exactly. I mean, my personal take on it, I'm not even going to do the general thing. I'm going to do my personal take.
Yes, go ahead.
My personal take is I think it's same. I think it's the same. I don't think a marriage is more important than a committed relationship. I think that they're both just as important.
So why get married?
You get married because there are different type of things that you're going to give your significant other, like your last name. In a relationship, you got your name, I got mine. There's no, committed. Some people don't even want to give up their name. You got some women who be like, no, I'm keeping my last name.
Yeah, I used to feel that way. I'm like, I love my last name. Like, we're going to have to, like, what do you call, hyphenate that or something? Because I'm like, I like my last name.
Nah, but when you take his last name, you also, it's making the situation more of a one.
Yeah.
Because, committed relationship is together. Cool.
Yeah, I read something where it's like a committed relationship. I mean, yeah, it's like two people, that's together, and in a marriage, like an alliance, like
it's one.
We like, yeah, like it's a team thing, like it's different.
I think it's just as important, but like you said, there's levels, so it's a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which brings me to question number 2, which I really want to know how you answer this. I mean, because there's definitely a thing that's going on. So, are there things that you wouldn't do as a girlfriend that you would do as a wife?
Listen, I ain't scared of you. All right, listen, no. I wouldn't say things that I wouldn't do. Maybe I'd be more inclined to like forgive and because again, like I said, I'm getting married one time. That's it. Like, ain't no divorce, ain't no second marriage. I'm locked in. So you got to make it work. Things are gonna happen, and maybe small things, but whatever. Like, but you have to find a way to get past it. So I think me, like, as far as relationships, like, you could be committed, but there's only so much. I feel like that's like a trial run for me, a relationship. Like, if you can't get that right, like, we ain't going no further. So we ain't even got to do this shit. Like, in marriage, we already, like, I'm not going anywhere. We have to make this shit work. So probably forgiving, like things I wouldn't normally forgive in a relationship. Like you can't get that part right, we're not going anywhere, so I could just leave it right here. But marriage, we gotta figure this out. So probably forgiveness and shit like that. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
What about you?
Um, with me, I think as a man, like at being someone's boyfriend versus certain things that I would do as a husband, I think with me, just because it's a thing. I don't think again because I feel like what was question number one. It's just as important. I'm like this. Being a boyfriend, I'm practicing to be a good husband. That's my practice. When I'm being your boyfriend, I'm practicing to be a good husband. So anything I'm doing, I'ma do that to kind of reach my because the husband is kind of the perfection. Even though when I get there, I'm still working, but I'm trying to reach that level. So I'm gonna practice to being a good husband while I'm being your boyfriend. So
Oh, I hear you.
you know what I mean? And I'm gonna
It just
forgive you. I'm
with
gonna love
me,
you. I'm gonna do all the things I do just as hard as I would do as your husband.
I disagree.
What you mean?
You ain't gonna be here forgiving everything for the little girl. Listen,
What you
I
mean?
feel like I don't know.
You
It's
work, but then again, like you
because
said,
you can't be out here giving. How many
everything.
times you gonna do that? Like with everybody's your wife, everybody's your husband.
But
Like I get giving a lot. But I feel like there's some things. And I can't think of them right now that you could use, like, and that you would have to save for marriage, like, because everybody is not at that status. When you get to that
I
point, you at that point. Like, we could be right underneath that, but we ain't there. Like that whole, how I feel about that. People like, calling each other their wife or husband, and not married. I don't play like that.
no no
Like,
no.
don't be sitting here like wife and
Yes, I mean
to
people
be
use
married. I don't.
they use the phrase, yo, that's wifey, or yo, that's the wife.
Nah, that's cute, but no, I
It's
don't play like
cute.
that. Cause I
And
feel like that holds weight
it
to me.
takes
Like you
away,
can't.
yes.
Yeah, like it means something. Don't be calling me your wife and I'm not your wife.
I
Like,
get it, cause she always say, I'll be like, yo, the wife. She be like, ring where?
I'm like,
She lets me know
you
this.
like it, you should put a
She
ring on it.
yeah, she tap in all the time when I say that.
Pending currently.
Pending. But nah, yeah, I understand that, but I just still feel like you're not supposed to. Not saying because, like you said, how many times you gonna do that? Because then you get in relationships, and depending on the type of person, people be in 20,000 relationships before they even get married. And
I
once you
get both.
reach your husband, what you would like, you'd be like, damn, I didn't did this over and over. But what I feel like is that nobody gets the same version of you because I think with every situation, you're learning how to be a better you. You know what I'm saying? And it's only certain some people or that significant or that specific person can bring something out of you. Not everybody is gonna be able to bring the best you out.
No.
Some people bring the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we've all been in situations where somebody bring out the worst in you instead of the best, and then you get with somebody and they brought out the best. Cause I'm pretty sure different people got different versions, and if they hear about the stuff you probably doing with me, they be like, "What?
Like she wasn't
She did
there.
what?
Like
Nigga, what you did?" Like, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel like. And when you reach that level of marriage, not everybody, you're not going to want to marry everybody. You didn't meet a person and be like, oh, I wanted to marry you. No, some people get to that level because that person brought that out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I believe.
Like you're a different person with everyone, I guess. It's just a whole different situation.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
Let's move on to the third question.
What's that? What you got for me?
Okay. Do you feel like it's smart to have a live-in relationship before marriage? Like, are there any benefits to that? Or do you feel like it's a bad idea to live together, the whole playing house thing before getting married?
I mean, no. I think that.
Don't think it's a bad idea.
I don't think it's a bad idea to live together
Why?
before marriage. Obviously, one of the reasons is because we live together. But let's proceed.
It better not be a bad idea.
Two.
Too late.
I think really, to be serious also, I think again, I've been saying this all through the episode. I'm practicing to be a good husband. All of this is just my work, my effort to put in. We gonna live together. We gonna work. We gonna learn. We gonna build with each other. Cause you don't wanna, get married, right? And some people do it. Some people don't live together, and then they get married, and now they're in the same household, and now they kicking, screaming, punching, and oh my God, this is who she is.
I hear you 100%. And I feel like there's benefits and then there's some issues with that. I feel like the benefit is you know what you're getting into. Like you said, there's no surprises. I've been living with you for however long. You know what's up. But I feel like the issue with that is people get comfortable. Y'all can live together and like I said, why buy the cow? You can get the milk for free. People live together and play house and then they'll get comfortable. I'm like, oh well, we already wifey, and hubby, that, and they don't want to take the next step because they like we already doing this shit. I'm already committed. I'm already doing X, Y, and Z. So they don't take the next step. So I feel like that's a problem. People get stagnant when they in that situation. They living together. They feel like they already like at their peak. Like we already playing house. We might as well why get married? We already doing the roles. We already playing. I'm already cooking and washing your drawers, and you already, paying the bills and like shit like that. So it's like why take that next step? We already there. So I feel like that slows down the process for some people. They get comfortable. And then if you stay separate and like, all right, we're not doing all that extra shit. We're not playing house. We're not, hubby and wife and all that shit until we actually get married. And then that kind of puts people, light a fire under them. Like, all right, I think we make the next step because we're not going there if we're not married.
But I feel like also that if you do all of that, right, and you said something about people getting comfortable, I think in those cases, whether it's the man or the woman that's comfortable, it's because the opposite person made them feel comfortable, or they got comfortable, and now you kind of feel like if you press it, then I'm forcing you.
Niggas, if you wanted to, you would, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, if living with some person and doing all the things before you marry the person makes you comfortable, then you didn't want to marry the person.
It's not that. I feel like, they just like, we already doing all there is to do. Like, we already living together. Like, why take that next step? Or why fix it if it ain't broke? Like, we good. Like,
Why not take the next step?
Because we don't need to.
No, it's no such thing as we don't need to. If that's the goal, because like we said, there are levels. And if marriage is the ultimate, and yeah, just because the committed relationship is working, the marriage is the goal. We're not going to lose sight of the goal.
Again, people get nervous. They see that people, they live together and things are going fine. Sometimes people get married and it ruins shit. It's so much pressure on them once you get married to, like this move different, or it's a different type of tone to the relationship now. So it's like, all right, we're married, we have to like operate this way, and it puts stress on the relationship. Like some people get scared of that. Like, like we doing fine like this. Like why adjust things? We good right here.
That sounds
why
like...
do that? It's a thing though.
It's a thing, but it sounds scary, like a scared person. And I get being scared because marriage,
it is,
our relationship is scary.
Again, if you take it for what it's supposed to be, a lifelong commitment, through good and bad and all that stuff, like it's a huge deal. It is scary, because it's not always gonna be perfect, and you can't just, run out of it. If you take it seriously, like how you're supposed to, it's not, some 1, 2, 3 thing, and you in there and you out. Like you can't. It's not supposed to be like that. So
now, if I don't want to get there, or because I'm comfortable where it's at, and I feel like going to the next step might alternate things, who says it's gonna alternate things? And not even
it's the unknown, I guess. You don't know what's gonna happen because things are so fine right now.
That's what they call cold feet.
Why make this change? Yeah.
No.
The cold feet, people usually get past that, but
none of that. We move
that's
forward.
just genuine concern, like
I'm get it. If we want to do this, we gonna make it work. Ain't no, oh, I'm comfortable. We already doing this. Why do that? Nah, you don't got my last name. We not moving as one. We moving. We kind of moving as
individuals
one.
Together. Like we're trying to be one.
Yeah, we trying to be one. If you ain't trying to be one with your lady, then you ain't. You know what I mean? And this ain't even to get no cool brownie points or nothing like that. Cause this is already locked in. I'm already locked in. She already know the vibe. She goes somewhere. You gonna find her missing on the news, cause I'm coming to get her.
Good thing I'm not going.
I'm telling you, I promise you. And you niggas here, keep playing with me.
Wow, just gonna wrap this up. I was gonna leave on a threat, like.
Nah, but yeah, I gotta threaten you. Listen, don't play with mine. You know what I mean? But on another note, yes, I think moving, being in a committed relationship, living together is cool. I think both parties should still work to marriage. That's just my opinion on it. Some people feel like they should separate and stay separated household wise, and then when they get married, bring the togetherness.
Even
however way you
who
do
get
it.
married, sometimes like they feel like that's beneficial to stay separate or have space. Like that's a thing these days. Like people want to get married and sleep in separate bedrooms or have separate apartments. Sometimes like it's a thing.
Nah, nope. That's if you do all that shit, that means you're doing some other shit.
That's another topic. Not true.
That what?
Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about that next time in space and relationships for the next topic because It's a thing. It's not. It's
I'm
healthy.
cool with the space. But when we marry, ain't no way in hell you leaving me to go sleep in your bed alone.
Listen,
And
they
you
did it
should
on
want to
Sex
do
in the
that.
City. If it was good for Carrie,
That's
it's
fucking
good for all of us.
Carrie. Listen.
She had her old apartment and she would go stay there for a few days.
You
and
getting
come back
Carrie
home.
fever?
All right, well.
Like,
No, babe.
Listen, I'm not on sleep. You should want to sleep with your wife, with your husband. You should want to sleep with your husband. A man, you should want to sleep with your wife. If your wife doesn't want to say, oh, let's have separate. And
That's
your
the thing.
husband,
It's not personal with you. It's just people needs.
let me ask you a better question then.
I'm not talking about me. I'm just.
If I say, okay, babe, you have your house, I have my house.
You know how I feel about that. You could try to sleep on the couch. I'm like, oh, you're not getting in the bed.
That's what I was about to say. That
house, like,
we get in
yeah,
an
okay.
argument, and if I'm downstairs too long and I don't come in, it's a problem.
You're like, I'm going in the guest bedroom. Bring your ass in this bed.
She don't want me sleeping in the guest
room.
room.
Your mad ass to sleep.
Nope. Go to sleep mad, but we're gonna go to sleep together.
Yep. You got no space.
Exactly. I respect that. I love that. That also lets you know that your significant other, through bad or good, they still want to be next to you, and that's the importance. And we're in a committed relationship, so that's practice to being in a marriage.
It sure is.
And I appreciate that. So yeah, you know what I mean. It takes a lot, baby. I know.
Lord.
I know. If y'all guys seeing this and y'all used to, you know what I mean. I know y'all like, what? You got her to what? She was ready to throw me off a building. I know.
Listen.
She be trying to, but she also still, after she throw me off the building, she want me to get up off the floor and go sleep in the bed with her.
I'll pick you up. Come on, babe. Put your ass up. You all right?
But yeah, man, this your boy M City.
It's your girl Tiffany V.
And I'm her one.
His only.
And that was our podcast. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for checking in and subscribing.
Yes, make sure to leave them comments. Y'all be DMing me. Leave them on the YouTube also. So people can see. I can get your feedback.
And I know y'all said make them longer. I know this one is a little longer than usual. So we're going to start gradually making them longer.
Yeah.
We hear y'all requests and we tapping in. Tiffany is always checking the DMs, the emails, the comments, and she's getting back to you people. I know y'all see it working.
That's so funny too. Oh my God, your comments hilarious. So keep them coming. Make sure to subscribe and turn the notifications on so you know when we post every Wednesday, the vlogs, and every Sunday is the podcast.
Facts.
Tune in.
We here. Good night.
Good night.